Hello everybody, so here is Black Angel again and I'm here with a cooking video. No, I'm joking. I just thought that I had stuff to do but I still wanted to make a video. So I'm going to cook while I make this update video. It's a life update in which I'm going to explain to you a couple of things of why I keep disappearing and making these long breaks and not posting videos, and then I start promising one video and then I don't post it and stuff like that. So first of all, this thing is also done because I want to show you that I do have a life outside of these videos. And I'm not just cartoon that appears when the creator makes a cartoon. So yeah, there's probably some of that, but that's nothing, none of your concern. Anyway, this was kind of religious. Anyway, yeah, what I'm trying to tell you is you don't know what is going on in someone's life. And you don't know what is happening in my life, as well as you don't know what is going on in the lives of other YouTubers. So now I'm not talking to all of you here, but I think you will figure out who I'm talking to. Anyway, some people have this idea or this conviction that it's in their right and it's actually their mission to go around and tell others or tell YouTubers what is wrong with them. Now, some of them are trolls or flamers, and that's perfectly normal. I mean, you make videos on the net, you got a Facebook account, you go around talking to people online. You gotta know that there's trolls and flamers out there. So you cannot actually get angry with anyone telling you anything because of that, because some of them are actually out there because they have fun hurting others. And that's a personal choice. I'm nobody to actually judge them for their life choices. But there's other people that believe it's their purpose in life to tell others what is wrong with them. And unless they're, I don't know, prophets or experts of some kind, like psychologists or something, there is nothing anyone can do to tell others what is wrong with them. Especially, you cannot go to a YouTuber or a YouTube creator, as YouTube likes to call us, and tell them what is wrong with them. You can't, because you don't know what the lives of these people are like, and you don't know what their choices outside of the video are, and you don't know who that person actually is and how that person actually thinks. It is even possible that I'm talking to you here saying a couple of things, and then when I close the video I start laughing and saying, oh, look, the idiots, they believed everything I said. It's not the case, because I'm not the kind of person, you can rest assured about that. But anyway, there's people that actually do that. So, and another time, and again, it's their choice. I just want you to know that I don't do that, because I'm a life coach. I'm a trained life coach, and I want people to know that they can trust what I say and they can rely on me. Anyway, yeah, these people go around and say this stuff, and I think that they're doing the whole YouTube population a huge disservice. Because whenever you go to a YouTube creator and you tell them what you believe is wrong with them, or you try to correct them, or you try to decide for them what they should say in their videos, what is going to happen is that this person is going to be extremely angry about what happened, and they're probably not going to make videos anymore, or not actually anymore, because stopping a YouTuber from making videos is not that easy. But they're probably not going to be as happy about making these videos as they used to be before. And although a lot of people have this goal, like there's a lot of people that would want me to stop making videos, that's not going to happen, so they're not going to reach their purpose. And what is actually going to happen is that these people are not going to deliver what people actually would want to hear, which is also good from my point of view, but that's another story. Anyway, yeah, every time you make a comment, every time you post on YouTube, every time you say something, you should count to 10 and ask yourself, do I truly have the training and the abilities to tell this person what is right and what is wrong? Because chances are you don't. You don't. Well, you're probably a well-trained friend. You're probably a well-trained boyfriend or a girlfriend because you have a lot of experience in that. But you're not a well-trained therapist unless you are a well-trained therapist. Obviously. This is something I needed to say because in case you didn't know, guys, a lot of people here or many people that follow my channel are actually trained therapists. And they never say anything about, what I'm saying. They normally agree with me about pretty much everything. That's interesting, actually. But anyway, yeah, you're not a trained therapist. So if you're not a trained therapist, you do not have the instruments to actually help others. And not having the instruments to actually help others means that whenever you make an intervention, whenever you say something to others, you're actually possibly causing our harm. Not actually to me, to be honest. Because I reached such a point where telling me something is not going to be a problem anymore. But you probably get a video like this where I'm trying to explain to you why you're shitting out of the vase, why you're doing the wrong thing, which will help you if you listen, but won't if you don't. Anyway, yeah. The point here is that you do not have the instruments to actually know what this person is doing wrong, if they're even doing something wrong, and how they can fix the problem. So if you do not have the instruments to do that, you should simply shut the fuck up and realize that you are not God on earth. And here I'm going to open a parenthesis about myself. I have been going through a path of personal growth for over 5 years now, I think, or something like that. Or actually, no, it's 4 years. It was beginning of 2014 when this thing happened and started, and I have been going on since. So every time that I say I'm going through a path of personal growth, I'm working on myself and I'm trying to figure out all of my problems, I'm trying to develop myself, and I am trying to reach a higher level of psychological, spiritual, and human development. Every time I say this thing, people's minds take this statement and they do something extremely funny I have a lot of fun with. And yeah, I actually had a lot of fun with that because I'm like, what the fuck is going on here, mind you? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, people think that I am the most underdeveloped person on earth and that I need psychiatric help. That's what people believe that I'm saying. What I'm actually saying is, when I started, I was kind of like you, probably a little bit more developed. But I figured out that that's not the top a person can reach. And therefore, I decided to start working on myself and to reach a higher level of development. This means that all these years that I've been working on myself, I have been facing my fears daily, facing my bullshit, with a little bit more than just a little bit of external help, obviously. But I faced all my fears, all my bullshit, all of the problems that I was having. I went through everything. I figured myself out. I started learning about myself. I started understanding who I am, why some things don't work for me and why some other do. And I've been doing a hell of a job, to be honest. And that's not because I have psychiatric or psychological problems that require this kind of attention, because psychiatric problems, to be honest, require medicines and they cannot be healed. And psychological problems do not require this kind of hard work. But what I was doing was basically what Socrates in ancient Greece was doing. The same thing that the great philosophers, the great spiritual guys, guides, and all those great guys you hear about, like Osho, Krishnamurti. I'm doing the job that all these people did to reach the level they reach, and possibly even higher. That's what I'm doing. And when you talk to me or when you look at me, you should realize and figure out that what you have in front of you is someone that is working to be like Osho, to make an example. Or rather, I should say, I think Osho is not very well developed, to be honest. So I should rather say someone like Jesus or Buddha. All these people that had reached a super high level of personal development, I'm trying to reach there. That's what I'm doing. And I find it extremely funny that people take it like, oh, this person has a lot of problems. And I'm like, no, I have like 1/5 or even 1/10 probably of the problems you have. And when I go out there, it's extremely hard and extremely difficult to get me upset, or it's extremely difficult that anything in the world actually causes me commotion. If something happens that causes me commotion, it's something that has to do with my inner life and not with the external world. And this is something that I felt like sharing because it's extremely funny for me to see all these people treat me like I'm a crazy woman or something. And I want to tell you why this happens, because you only see me here on video, and I'm actually talking of people that I meet in real life. Not much about people on the net, because I cannot really take into account what someone that sees me once for 5 seconds on a video can get from from that anyway. When you meet me in real life, when you actually have to do with me and deal with me in real life, you start realizing that I'm not one of those people that say, oh, I'm free, I do whatever I want. I'm not. I'm not that kind of person. But long story short, I basically do everything I want, and I don't give a fuck about public opinion. So I do have standards, I do follow standards, I do follow some rules of ethical kind, basically religious rules. I do have my limits, of course, that are socially acceptable, but I'm basically a socially unacceptable person. And I'm socially unacceptable because I say things people don't want to hear, and I don't care what people's reaction is, except I'm extremely diplomatic and I know very well how to help them cope with what I'm saying. And I'm not the kind of person that is going to wear that thing because that's in at the moment, or it's fashionable, and no, I cannot wear that thing because that's not fashionable. This is who I am. This is exactly as you see me when I go outside. And when I'm out there, I do things, say things, and behave in such a way that shocks people. Most of the time, what I do actually shocks people. I even have had a relationship end because I shocked the guy I was having a relationship with ages ago. And that's the average reaction people have to me. So you can imagine when you see someone, I don't know, behaving like a child in a crowd of people, for example, because in that moment she feels like behaving like a child. Most people are going to think, oh, that person is crazy, she has some problems, she's probably autistic, or she has some psychological issues. What if instead I am simply who I am and I like having fun that way? Have you ever thought that some people that you see out there that you think are crazy or insane or they need psychiatric help are actually free and they're behaving the way they feel like behaving because that's what they consider fun and what they're having fun with? That's what happens to me a lot of the time. And online, I mean, I don't think you can have any idea of who I actually am or what is actually going on in my life. For example, right now in this video, you see me slicing a pumpkin. Yeah, it's a pumpkin. And wearing gloves, talking freely and mostly smiling, and being amused about what I'm saying. What you don't know is that I just lost 3 uncles, and I'm going through a very deep and very, very, very excruciating phase of grief. And this is not something I'm going to share with you, my pain and how I feel, because it's not something I share as a person. That's not part of me. I'm not the kind of person that shares that kind of pain or that level of pain with others. That doesn't mean that I don't feel it, and I'm not one of those people that go all bonkers on others because they don't understand that she's feeling bad and oh my god, they should be more sensitive. If you don't tell people how you feel, you cannot expect them to know. That's all there is to it. And that's how I think, and that's what I expect of others. So, yeah, what I'm trying to say here is that before going to someone and telling them, oh, you should do this and that, or oh, why don't you post a video about this and that, or oh, Black Angel, you were doing all that thing about functions and functions in positions. Why don't you post any other video? Because I started receiving posts where people were complaining that I'm not posting. So if I receive a message from someone, a private message on my page, actually I have a Facebook page in case you didn't notice. If I receive a message from someone that I don't even know that tells me, oh, you said you would post about this and that and then you never posted about that, why don't you post about that? I need to know about that. And I'm like, okay, how much are you going to pay me for that? Because to be entirely honest, you don't go to your professor or to your teacher at school and tell them, oh, why didn't you talk about this topic? I want you to talk about this topic, so the next lesson is going to be about this topic. That doesn't make any fucking sense. You're not going to your priest or your rabbi or whatever the case may be and tell them, oh, today you talk about that topic, I don't think that's important, the next time you're going to talk about that other topic. Unless you're insane, you're not going to do that. So why are you doing that to me? Why am I receiving messages telling me, oh, you should talk about extroverted intuition, or, oh, you should talk about extroverted thinking? I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. And I don't think that someone that I don't know is in any position whatsoever to tell me what I should talk about. And another thing that happens is I get these people approach me, as if I were an idiot that doesn't see things. They start approaching me and trying to make friends, and before I know, what is going on is that this person is writing every day, even not receiving answers. It happens more than 20 times already. And then at some point they get angry at me and they start writing insulting things because they are my friends, they are my supporters. And since they're my supporters, I should do everything they want and I should give them everything they want. This is extortion. Aside from the fact that you're not my friends and they're not my friends, this is extortion. So you're basically trying to manipulate me psychologically and emotionally to make me do whatever the fuck you want. That's insane, and that's not gonna happen. What the hell are these people thinking? I cannot even... I'm not angry about that. It's just insane. What the hell is going on with your head? What the hell are you doing? What do you think are you doing? Oh, the funniest thing, I got people, this happened about 10 or 15 times. I got people write me and go like, oh, I see you don't have friends, or you say you don't hang out with anyone and you're very lonely. And you need friends, you need to get along, someone that listens to you. I do have people that listen to me. I do have the friends I want to have. And I'm an extremely picky person. So I pick the people that I want to pick. And I'm not going to make friends with just anyone, only because a lot of people out there believe that I should make friends with, trash cans and whatever the hell crosses my path. I'm very picky. I'm extremely picky, and that's part of my temperament. That's part of who I am. And I'm not going to change that because some people comes to my channel and decides to post me that I'm a very lonely person. Let me decide if I'm lonely or not. And honestly, no, I'm not. Because I have everything I need and I have all the support I need and I don't need external support. Actually, every time you guys attempt to support me, what happens is that I'm like, oh, okay, they didn't get a thing of what I said and they're not listening. So at some point, I even got to the point of wondering, why the hell do I make videos and why am I making videos for if everybody watching them understands things that are not there and I never said, or even the opposite of what I said, and then they post me all enthusiastic or all pissed off because I said that thing. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Can I give you a suggestion? I know I make quite long videos, but it's just enough to do it for about 5 minutes of video. Take a pencil or a pen and a piece of paper and start writing everything I say. I know I make some grammar mistakes, that's not the point. But anyway, try writing down every single word I say and then see how different it is from what you got from the first time you watched the video. Try doing that, and you're going to see that there's such a difference from what you understand and what I'm actually saying that it's insane. How do I know that? Because I do that with videos of other people. When I'm watching a video of someone that is teaching something that I believe can help me in some way, what I do is to keep focus and to actually understand what they're saying. I take paper and pen and I start writing down every single word they say. Oh, but that requires a lot of time. I don't want to. I'm lazy. I'm this and that. That's your problem, not mine. And I honestly do that very gladly because when I'm interested in understanding something, I don't want to get a word wrong. And I can even go back 5 times or 10 times or the times it takes to actually figure out what the fucking word is. I'm not a native speaker. I'm Italian. I live in Italy and I speak Italian as a native speaker. English is my second language, and I know there's a lot of words that I don't know. I know there's a lot of mistakes that I make. And whenever I come across someone that tells me, that uses words that I don't know, I'm happy and I write them down and I want to know what they mean. I find the Italian corresponding term. I see the differences in the Italian dictionary and the English dictionary, and I really spend a lot of people trying to understand what I'm being told. And I believe that if you really want to understand what I'm saying and you really want to develop and to grow, you should do the same. Because any other way, like watching a part of the video and then coming back a week later and watching another little bit of the video, that means you're not truly interested. It's your choice. It's your choice. But if you do that, you're not truly interested. If you are truly interested, what you should do is not try to contact me via comment section, even if I leave it open, but actually trying to figure out what the hell this person on screen is trying to tell you. And that's also why when I was bullied across the net and I was going through mass bullyism across all MBTI forums, I had to support my followers, which I did gladly and I would do again, because they didn't have the instruments to cope with what was being said about me. Whereas I did. And the point is exactly that I know what I'm saying, I know what I'm talking about, I provide the sources of what I say, and my followers did not know exactly what I was saying and didn't have the instruments to reply to this as other people. Because they didn't know why I was right and why the others were wrong. They didn't know where the others could have made a point and why it doesn't matter to keep following me. They were destabilized, that they were hurt, because when you believe in someone, you get hurt when you hear talking about them badly. And they kept writing me messages or telling me, oh, you should come because there's a big problem here and there. People are doing this and that, and it doesn't matter. Let them do that. It doesn't matter. Go follow what you believe is right and don't worry about others telling you that thing is fucked up. There's people saying that Stephen Hawking was stupid. There's people out there saying that Stephen Hawking was stupid, 165 intelligence quotient. There's people out there trying to refute what Einstein said. So if someone says, oh, this person is stupid, she doesn't know what she's saying, why are you listening to them? Remember these things. These people that say that Jesus was a psychiatric case of narcissism. Where the hell do they get that? Did they even read what Jesus said? Because someone that read what Jesus said knows what a narcissist in the DSM is. They know that what they're saying is insane. So why are you even listening to these people? And this is just a few thoughts on top of my head because, to be honest, I'm pretty tired of only making MBTI and Enneagram videos because that's everything you guys want to hear about. Because personal growth and personal development is not about MBTI. Personal growth and personal development is about life. It's about the things that happen in your life. It's about even the pencil and the color of pencil you chose to write that thing and why you chose to write there. This is psychology. Psychology is analyzing people's behavior and their choices and what they decide to do with their lives and why they decide to do that way and figuring out what is behind it. It's figuring out your fears. It's handling your fears. It's facing your problems. It's understanding other people's problems and see how it can resonate with you and how you can use that to solve yourself, to fix yourself and fix your own problems. And I'm sick and tired of people coming to me and telling me, oh, that kind of video is something nobody cares about. You maybe don't care about, but some other people do. So why are you even wasting your time writing that? Because you don't know what others care about. And you are just one person. You know, but I know another 5 people that think the same as me. That's 5 people. And you have no fucking clue how many people follow me. First of all, you don't know how many followers my channel has. Second, you don't know how many people follow me on Instagram if you haven't checked. Third, I have 1,800 people on my page. And that's just the top of the iceberg. So how can you tell me what I should be talking about? This is insane. It's full insanity. So I thought that I needed to share these thoughts before I proceed with anything else. And from now on, I'm going to share what you guys need to hear, not want to hear. And I'm going to share what is right for my path of personal growth that can help you with your path of personal growth. And from now on, anyone that needs anything from me or that wants anything from me, they're going to pay for that. And I'm not talking about sexual stuff here because I don't have sex with anyone and I'm not going to have it with some random fucktard online. This is because some other people instead claim that that's what I want. I haven't had sex for 5 years with anyone, and I had a lot of proposals, a lot of offers, but I always refused because that's not what I'm interested in. I want a relationship with the person I love, with the person I love, and I'm in love with someone. And I want a relationship with that person if he wants a relationship with me. So, yeah, this is another thing that I want to share and that I want to say. But anyway, if you want advice, if you want clarification about something, I'm not making any lessons about MBTI or socionics. I'm not going to claim that I know how to organize a course of something because that's not part of who I am and that's not what I'm good at. But if you have questions of any sort, if you want my time, you're going to pay for my time. I'm going to play the ENTJ here. If you want my time, you're going to pay for my time because my time costs. And it costs me, and whenever I spend time doing something, I am using time that I could be using for something I actually need. So if you need advice to go through a difficult phase, if you need clarification about MBTI because you want to come up with your personality, because you don't know how to actually understand your type, if you need anything of that sort or anything that you think I can help you with, you're going to contact me privately Tell me what your problem is and ask me for an appointment. That's how it works. And I'm not going to reply to anything anymore in the comment section if not those few people that actually have to say something intelligent that I feel I should reply to, because there's a margin of growth for both and for everybody else watching. And there's a couple of people that do that. One of them has been my customer once. I do have customers and I do have people that I'm helping, just in case you needed to know to contact me. And yeah, so everything you need from me is going to pass through business. How do I say that? It's business. It's going to be business, and it's going to go through negotiation, a business negotiation. So I think this is pretty much everything I had to say. I recently watched a video of someone that said stuff similar to this, but their version obviously, and I believe that I needed that on my channel also. So I followed this person's example. Who follows him knows who I'm talking about. And I said my thing about what I had to say instead. Oh my god, onion! I'm crying because of the onion. Anyway, I'm closing this here, and I will talk to you soon with tears in my eyes.